Like a man who needs a brandy. Help yourself.
Thanks. Are you the proprietor?
Unfortunately, no. And, on the left, behind the anisette.
Thanks.
How far have you come?
Tunis.
Tunis. Oh, nice place, Tunis. I used to live there myself once. Matches on the counter. Anna!
Agnew.
Yes, Anna?
Next time I shan't answer you. You know I'm busy. What is it?
I'm looking after your business for you.
Good evening.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I did not see you. Good evening.
I suppose I look pretty desperate.
No. Just wet and muddy.
When it rains here, it seems to rain to some purpose.
It's that kind of country.
Violent.
Mm-hmm. It has everything too much.
I helped myself to a brandy. May I have another?
Oh, of course. Would you like to dry yourself at the stove?
No, it's all right. I'll change presently.
Presently?
You were expecting me, weren't you?
No.
I sent a telegram from Tunis, booking a room.
Oh, we did not get it. It's probably arrive tomorrow or the next day. You want a room for tonight?
Well, for longer, if possible. A week, perhaps 10 days.
That will be all right. I'll go and see to it.
Thank you.
Are you here on business or pleasure?
Business, I'm afraid. With a Mr. Paul Serafis.
Serafis.
Do you know him?
Oh, yes, I know him.
He's got a collection belonging to us in his cellars.
Oh, those. The Etruscan antiques, eh?
Have you heard of them?
Heard of them. I helped to carry them up from the beach when they were salvaged. The whole town had a hand in that. Your property, monsieur?
I wish they were. No, I've only come to collect them.
Oh,
They belong to a London museum.
I see.
Won't you have that one with me?
Thank you.
Good luck.
Kabata will be grateful to you. We don't often get strangers round here.
Really? Well, it is rather out of the way for visitors, isn't it?
You'll give us a new topic of conversation.
Good evening, monsieur.
Good evening.
I am sorry to have kept you waiting.
Well, that's quite all right.
Your room will be ready in 5 minutes.
Good.
Oh, will you fill up the registration?
Certainly. There's a landslide on the Tunis road. I couldn't get past. I had to leave my car there. Is there a garage in the town that could bring it in for me?
I'll get somebody to see to it.
Thank you so much. I hope that's legible. My handwriting sometimes needs an interpreter.
David
Redfern, archaeologist.
Oh, yes. I'll show you.
Thank you.
Do you want anything with your coffee, monsieur?
Some cognac.
At once. Your cognac, monsieur.
Thank you.
Good night, Dominic.
Good night.
Good night, Dominic.
Good night, Madame Guillard.
Good night, monsieur.
Good night.
Who's that?
An Englishman just arrived from Tunis. He left his car at the landslide.
Did he see us?
I don't know.
Maybe he's Ask him over.
Why don't you bring your drink over here, monsieur?
Thanks. I'd like to.
Good night.
Good night.
This is Mr. Redfern, Mr. Rankl,
Good evening.
and Max, Anna's brother.
Oh, how do you do?
Good evening. Have you already met Anna?
Yes.
Good. Cognac, Dominic. Bring the bottle.
And mine.
Agnew tells us you had a long walk this evening.
Yes.
We had some trouble there, too.
Oh?
One of our trucks got ditched.
Oh, bad luck.
You didn't happen to see it, by any chance?
No, I didn't.
It's a pity you missed us. We could have given you a lift.
I skirted the road and went through some cork trees.
What time was that?
No idea. What's happening?
Don't take any notice. It goes on all the time here.
Especially when it rains.
How long does it last?
Sometimes 2 minutes, sometimes 2 days.
We were up there for quite a while, you know.
Up where?
The landslide.
Oh, were you?
You must have been on the opposite side to us.
Well, I really don't know. It wasn't the kind of weather for reconnaissance. All I was concerned with was getting out of the rain.
Forgive us, monsieur. But in this part of the world, a truck getting ditched is an important event.
It's important anywhere. Ah, 2 minutes.
Thanks. Chalk it up, will you?
Uh-huh. If you want anything else, you'll have to get it yourself. I'm going to bed.
All right.
Good night, monsieur.
Good night.
Good night, Dominic.
I think if you'll excuse me, I'll turn in too.
Of course.
I flew in from England last night and didn't get much sleep. It was a bit bumpy.
What about your car?
I believe,
Anna's arranged about that.
yes. It's a car I hired in Tunis. They might be a bit upset if I lost it. Well, good night.
I hope you'll be comfortable.
Oh, I'm sure I will. Good night.
Good night.
He saw us.
مش هذاك الراجل اللي في البلاصة اللي سمعت فيه مش يجيك من تونس؟ ايه هو؟ سمحتي.
اسمع.
Hiya. Imshu Baru. The worst of flies. Permit me to introduce myself. Juve, head of the police here at Kabata.
How do you do? My name's Redfern.
I know. I've been told to expect you. Give you any assistance I can.
Oh, thank you. I'm looking for a house called Ben Negro.
Ah, Monsieur Paul Serafis. It's 3 kilometers from here. Can I get you a conveyance?
No, I think I'll walk.
I'll show you the way.
Thanks.
Barrow him, shoot. Ignore them, but keep your hands in your pockets.
The Barker seems to be a busy place.
Yeah, it's market day. It's always the same. It's the worst day of the week for me. 52 market days a year for 20 years. And you wonder I'm all to pieces.
I was about to say how well you looked on it.
Oh, that's an illusion, monsieur. My nerves, my temper, my digestion, all ruined. Eh? Now, monsieur, then there goes the big Moorish villa beyond that headland. You'll see the drive gates on your left after you pass the corn forest.
Splendid.
Glad to have been able to help. Now, don't hesitate to come and see me if there's anything you want.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
أريد مقابلة مسيو سيرافيس.
سيدي مشغول الآن إنه منتظر رجل إنجليزي.
إنجليزي؟
نعم يا سيدي.
أخبرني، أني هنا.
سمعا وطاعة يا سيدي.
I thought I told you not to come here unless I sent for you.
I had to come. We had trouble last night.
Oh? What sort of trouble?
A landslide on the road to Tunis. One of our lorries was ditched.
Well?
Max had to leave it unguarded for a short while to come and fetch me. The Englishman passed by. I think he saw it.
Has he mentioned it?
He denied it. That's what makes me suspicious.
Gutter logic, Rankl. I don't think it applies. However, watch him. And in future, please don't come up here unless I ask you to.
Good morning. My name's Redfern. I wish to see Mr. Paul Serafis, please.
تفضل بالدخول يا سيدي. مسيو سرافيس في انتظارك يا سيدي. اتبعني يا سيدي.
Thank you.
تفضل يا فندم.
Thank you.
بالخدمة يا فندم.
Magnificent, isn't it?
It certainly is.
The pierced tracery is identical with that of the great mosque at Isfahan. It's the best example of its kind in existence. Forgive me, I'm talking like a guidebook. My name's Serafis. Won't you sit down?
Thank you. You were expecting me?
Yes, the British consul wrote from Tunis, and Duvet phoned from the village. I'm very glad to see you, Mr. Redfern. Your visit will, I hope, put an end to a lot of very tedious correspondence.
I hope so.
You have identity papers?
Oh, yes, of course.
Thank you. These antiques of yours must have been in my cellar for nearly 7 years. It's a very fine collection, I believe. I understand it contains the Napoleon cyst.
Have you looked at them?
Oh, no. They're still in their crates, exactly as we found them. Your passport's unique, Mr. Redfern.
Oh?
The photographs like you. Well, I suppose you're anxious to begin work.
Yes, I am.
I won't keep you any longer. For my part, I should be more than happy to hand the things over to you. It's been a great responsibility having them here.
Thank you. They look a bit of a mess, don't they?
That's not surprising. They were in the sea for several days.
It's a good job they were salvaged. It would have been a terrible loss.
To you, perhaps. But unfortunately not to the world at large.
I'm afraid they'll all have to be repacked.
Does that mean an army of laborers in the place?
A few, with your permission, of course. Nice, isn't it?
Lady's hand mirror.
Looks more Greek than Etruscan.
When do you propose to start?
Tomorrow, I hope. In the meantime, I'd better get back to the village and see about some workmen.
That won't be difficult. Ask for an Arab called Aribi. He usually hangs about the beach.
Aribi?
Yes.
Thanks, I will. Would you care to see the collection before it's repacked?
No, thank you. I don't think I will. It'll only make me envious. I shall want to possess it myself. After you.
Thank you.
يقدروا عندهم قيمة عالية لازم يكون مالهم كثير.
بالحق الانجليزي غني لازم يخلص مليح.
اي هب يعرف قداش اجرنا في الساعة. الخدمة هذه صعيبة هي خدمة صناعية لازم يكون أجرنا قوي.
What do they say? They say, monsieur, that you are a man of great wealth and that the value of your treasures is fabulous. Therefore, monsieur...
Tell them that the treasures are not mine and that I'm very poor.
الكل يلي كنوز الثومة ما همش كنوزه والكل يلي خرديم الريا.
كله ما يخلصنا كان 100 فرنك في الساعة بالواحد.
In that case, monsieur, 100 francs an hour.
Each?
Each? A bargain is only a bargain when it brings joy to both sides.
It's out of the question.
ما همش كنوزه
الناس اللي خدموه هما غنيا.
قليلكم اللي هو ماهوش راضي بهذا الصوت.
Hello.
Hello.
What's happening?
The universal sport of stinging the foreigner. Is 100 francs an hour the usual charge for carpenters?
100 an hour? 30.
I cannot bring such disappointment to my friends. 60.
50.
على رأي بتوف لها تعرف بالسويم. ويلزمنا نعطاو بال50 francs.
مليح مليح.
أي مبروك مبروك.
The honor of the work is more to us than the modesty of the award. At what hour do our services begin?
8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Thank you for coming to my rescue.
I know Aribi. He's a good workman, but watch him. He'd steal the laces out of your shoes and sell them back to you. Do you like fishing?
Very much.
That's Max's boat. Perhaps one evening, when you finish your work, you come out with us.
I'd like to.
There's nothing to do in Cabarta. I hope you won't find it dull.
I like places where there's nothing to do.
Oh, there is a boar hunt soon.
A what?
Boar hunt.
Oh, a boar hunt.
Yes. That's very exciting.
It must be. Well, don't worry about lack of excitement because I'm perfectly happy as things are.
Good.
Curious-looking beast, isn't it?
They must have had a lot of gold in those days to waste it on a lizard.
It's a salamander, Aribi. It is a kind of lizard. The ancients believed that it could go through fire unscathed because it had no fear of the flame.
They were cradled in ignorance. What do the words say?
It's Greek. It's a sort of epigram. To Zini Apollodorus. To Zeus from Apollodorus. Not by ignoring evil does one overcome it, but by going to meet it.
The world is more evil than a dog flees. We were given eyes, but for our comfort, the wisdom of knowing when to shut them.
Where do you get all these comforting proverbs from, Aribi?
They are the distilled essence of my own thoughts.
What are they?
overcome it, but by going to meet it.
Don't try to let him yet. Give him his head for a minute.
No, you lose him. Take the neck.
Congratulations.
What is it after all that?
It's a Meru.
It's the biggest I ever saw.
How far out are we?
About 2 kilometers.
It looks beautiful from here.
Yes, from here, but it's not beautiful. It's not in our style.
Not nice?
No, dirty and corrupt.
Nonsense, Anna. Exiles always talk this way. They glamorize their own country from a distance and see no good in any other.
Are you exiles?
From France. We come from Montélimar. We escaped here with our father when the Germans invaded. Very soon, if our luck holds, we are going back.
Max is a great believer in luck.
So I see.
Oh, this. It's Arabic. It keeps off the evil eye.
And have you been lucky? Apart from fishing?
Yes, I think so.
Good.
You two go on. I'll follow.
All right. Do you like it?
Very much. Where'd you get it?
It was a birthday present.
Many happy returns.
No, not today. 3 months ago. It's taken Max all this time to finish it.
Max?
Yes. He did it.
It's very good.
Max sometimes gets 4,000 francs for a picture.
Does he?
Yes, it's true, from a dealer in Tunis.
Anna? What exactly does Max do? For a living, I mean.
He works in the cob factory.
And what's his connection with Rankl?
Rankl works there, too.
It's a strange friendship, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I hate it.
Why?
Rankl's bad. He's always causing trouble.
You think he's up to something now?
I'm sure of it. And I'm worried in case he's got at Max.
You're very fond of Max, aren't you?
Yes. You see, there's only the two of us. There's no one else.
He's older than you are, isn't he?
4 years. But he's very young, and I am not.
What's that?
It's an Arab wedding. They are taking the bridegroom to the hammam.
The hammam?
Yes, the Turkish bath.
Whatever for?
He must be washed before he goes to the bride. It's a symbol of purity.
Good head.
Afterwards, they will dress him in the clean clothes. That's the best money he's carrying in the basket. Do you think it's a nice custom?
It's wonderful.
You don't want your sins, Anouk?
Yes, of course.
Anna, getting back to Max for a moment. What makes you think Rankl's got at him?
I don't know. Perhaps I'm wrong, perhaps he hasn't. But Max is always with him. They're always away in the evening together. And he looks so worried and anxious all the time.
I see.
Oh, we talk enough about Max.
All right, we'll talk about something else.
Tell me about your work. How is it going?
Fine. And quicker than I expected.
Not by ignoring evil does one overcome it, but by going to meet it. Not by ignoring it, but by going to meet it.
Serafis,
Yes, monsieur.
I think we'll pack up early tonight. There's something I want to do in the village.
Very good, monsieur.
You'd better lock up.
Yes, monsieur. Echtna halazna.
I'm going to pick up some lobster pots. Would you like to come along? What's that?
You'd better come and look.
So you did see the truck?
Yes, I saw it.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
I tried to persuade myself it was no business of mine.
You were right. It isn't.
I'm sorry, Max, but I'm afraid it is. Much as I dislike it.
Gun running is a tricky thing to come up against in a foreign country. If I were you, I should steer clear. People don't like interference.
Don't try and threaten me, Max. It won't work.
I'm not. I'm advising you. I'm not the only one in this, you know.
I never supposed you were. Where are those arms going to?
Your guess is as good as mine.
You don't expect me to believe that, do you?
Look, I run arms from point A to point B. What happens to them after that doesn't concern me.
And what about all the unhappiness and bloodshed that follows? I suppose that doesn't concern you either.
Is this leading up to an announcement that you are going to the police?
Perhaps. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. How did you get mixed up in all this, Max? It doesn't seem like you. You know this coast. You know the people. You've seen the misery that exists here. Why do you go and put guns into their hands? What do you expect to get out of it?
Money, of course. Isn't that always the answer?
Do you really care so much about money? There are other things in life, you know.
All right. If you want to know, I'm doing it for Anna.
Anna?
Yes.
Come in.
I'm sorry. I did not know you were in. I thought you were out in the boat, Max. I brought up your clean shirts.
Thanks.
Where shall I put them?
On the bed.
You look very solemn, you two. Is there anything wrong?
No, Anna, we're just having a talk.
If Max is in one of his bad moods, don't take any notice. He often gets them. Don't forget, Max. I want those lobster for supper.
I know.
Cigarette?
No, thanks.
What did you mean when you said you were doing it for Anna?
Nothing.
So that you could make enough money to take her back to France?
Perhaps.
Max, I'm going to give you a chance to get out.
Get out?
Get right away from Kabata before I go to the police.
But where can I go?
Go to Paris. Go and start a new life. Take up your painting again.
And starve? No, thanks.
You won't starve. I've got a very good friend there. He's a dealer. He'll help you to get started. I'll give you a letter of introduction.
Yes, it sounds fine, doesn't it? But you're forgetting Rankl, aren't you? If he found out I was going, he'd stop at nothing to prevent me.
Don't let him find out. Tell him you're going to Tunis for a few days, and cross to France from there. Go this weekend.
If only I could.
There's nothing to stop you.
If I do, what shall I tell Anna?
The same as you tell Rankl. I'll let her know the truth as soon as I hear from you. There's no point in upsetting her now.
Very well. I'll go.
Good.
Why are you doing this for me? It's because of Anna, isn't it?
Yes.
Couple of sharks, no respect for the police. Hello, Anna. Why aren't you dancing?
No time for dancing.
Looks pretty this evening, doesn't she?
Really? Get on with the dealing.
Yes.
Cognac and cigarettes.
Thank you. You too busy to dance?
Oh, no, I'd like to.
Good.
Can't dance the English too stiff. Can't let themselves go.
We have a good orchestra at the Café des Amis, don't you think?
Very.
If Max and I get back to France, we will take Anya with us.
You want to go back very much, don't you?
I can't wait.
Who's that?
Madame Labrie, the postmistress. One day she hopes to be Madame Duvet.
Two in the corner. We're always playing drama.
Monsieur and Madame Gaillard. They were friends of my father. They've been wonderful to us.
You're very friendly with him, aren't you? Why?
Because I like it. Besides, he's a guest here. It helps Anna if I'm sociable.
I suppose being sociable got you that. A new jacket.
I'm going into Tunis tomorrow. I haven't got a suit to wear. He's been kind enough to lend me a jacket. What's wrong with that?
What's the real reason for your going to Tunis?
I've already told you. There is some trouble over the lease of the cafe. Why all the questions?
I'd like to know.
Max, if Anna's going to dance, you'll have to help me.
All right.
Do a few glasses with you.
All right.
I'm going, Max. Got a job to do. 2 cognacs, 1 packet of cigarettes. What time are you leaving tomorrow?
I'm catching the first train from Sukelmas.
I'll drive you there. I'm taking a truck.
You don't have to.
That's all right. Pick you up at 6. Good night.
Good night.
Turn your face to the sun. Smile. Splendid. It's probably out of focus. Usually is. Do you mean to tell me you don't know anything at all about Carthage?
I only know they make good wine here.
You horrify me. I'll have to buy you a history book.
Sidi Bou Said is supposed to be the most beautiful Arab village in the whole of North Africa.
Is it? Looks rather like something out of Cheech and Chow, doesn't it? What's the wine like here?
Even better than Carthage.
تحب تفيفت تفوت باهي بلي ما يسمع
Nothing. Not even a postcard.
Does he usually write?
Yes, always. He's been gone 4 days now. There must be some reason.
Anna,
Yes?
there's something I've been meaning to tell you. It's about Max.
Is it something bad?
No, not bad exactly, but... Let's get out of this crowd and go somewhere quiet where we can talk.
I suppose I should have guessed. He's been unhappy for a long time.
I'm sorry, Anna.
Now he's gone away and he's not coming back.
You'll follow as soon as it can be arranged.
But he should have told me about it. We've always been such good friends. He must have known I would have helped him.
There was nothing you could do, Anna. I asked him not to say anything.
You asked him?
Yes, Anna.
Why?
Because I wanted to keep you out of it.
But what had you to keep me out of it? You're a stranger to us. We hardly know you.
I'm not a stranger, Anna. You know I'm not. Listen to me. You always said you hated Max being mixed up with Rankl. Well, now he's out of it. He's gone back to France. I was only trying to help.
If anyone was to help Max, it was me, not you. You had no right to interfere.
But, Anna...
Oh, why don't you get back to those old antiques of yours and mind your own business?
Anna! Anna!
Morning, Anna.
Looks as if it's going to be a nice day, Dominic.
Yes, monsieur. I hope you'll catch plenty of fish.
Come too?
Of course you can. Jump in. Lily, I thought you knew about boats.
I want to apologize for behaving so badly the other day.
I've never seen you behave badly.
You were only trying to help me. And I was stupid and ungrateful.
I didn't want you to be grateful.
Will you forgive me? Happy, David. Very, very happy.
What about that swim?
I'll race you to the sea.
Don't be so lazy.
I'd give anything in the world to know what to say to comfort you, Anna. But words are so useless.
I'll be all right.
I must go to Duvet now. Stay here and rest till I come back.
What will you tell him?
Everything, except that you know about it. I think it's better to keep you out of it. I'll come back as quick as I can.
But why didn't you come to me in the first place, monsieur? Quite obvious it was your duty to do so.
Yes, I realize that now only too well. But at the time, it didn't seem to be my business.
Have you told anyone else?
Not yet.
Good. It's a dangerous secret. But for the moment, it's wiser to keep it to yourself.
What do you intend to do?
Ring up my colleagues here, and then to get on to the authorities in Tunis.
Well, if you don't mind, I'll stay and hear what they have to say.
Oh, no, really, monsieur, I think you should leave things in my hands now. I'll waste no time, I'll show you.
All right, but you will let me know, won't you, as soon as you hear anything? I feel very responsible.
Of course I'll keep you informed. And in the meantime, I want you to promise me to carry on with your work as though nothing had happened. It'll make my task much easier.
All right.
Well, good night, monsieur.
Good night.
Hello, give me 5-9. Yes, 5-9, please. Yes. Hello, this is Duvet speaking. Yes, sir. Something serious has happened. I must come and see you at once. Yes, I know. It's late, yes, but this is too important to wait. Yes, very well, I'll come straight up. Yes.
It must have been an embarrassing moment for you, Duvet. But I'm sure you acted with the greatest discretion.
He says he won't do anything till I receive instructions from Tunis. Let's hope he doesn't.
He's an odd character, this Englishman. I was convinced that if he'd known about the gun running, he'd have come into the open. I was very foolish, Duvet. Very, very foolish.
I'm glad you find it amusing.
Don't you? Or are you so worried about your illicit little fortune that you've lost your sense of humor?
You're laughing to cover your mistake, monsieur.
I intend to remedy the mistake. He must forget what he knows and keep quiet about what he thinks.
He won't. When he finds nothing's being done, he'll do something himself. He's not like us.
He's mortal like us, my dear Duvet. His silence must be absolute and permanent.
Why don't you say outright you mean to kill him?
That's exactly what I did say.
No! I won't have it! I won't have any more of it.
Please control yourself, Duvet.
I won't be dragged deeper into this. When I first got mixed up in this business of yours, I knew it was illegal, but I thought it was harmless.
And profitable.
Well, how was I to know I should be involved in a murder?
One thing leads to another, doesn't it?
2 murders in one village. I shall lose my job and my pension.
I think you underestimate the seriousness of your position. If you're involved in murder, it's not only your job and your pension you lose.
I knew nothing about young Max till afterwards.
Which makes you an accessory. It's as important to you as it is to me that Redfern should keep his mouth shut. Now, I want you to get this straight. Redfern must be assured that the matter is in hand. He must be satisfied in his mind until his work is finished and the collection ready to go. After the crates are safely on their way to Tunis, he's going to have an accident. I haven't yet decided what, but I'll let you know.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Blast. Do you have to make all that noise?
No, monsieur?
Well, don't.
No.
Lend me your knife.
A borrowed knife brings bad luck, monsieur.
I'll risk it. Come on. Where did you get this?
One can get them from any bazaar, monsieur.
Where did you get this one?
In the village, at the shop of Sidi Ben Ardim. If monsieur wishes, I can get him one for less than he would be charged.
No, thanks.
Only 500 francs, monsieur.
No, thanks.
Very well, monsieur.
Arrivi,
Yes, monsieur.
you've forgotten your fish. Hey, Duvet.
Monsieur, good afternoon. I didn't see you.
You were too busy looking the other way. I'm just coming to see you. Have you had any news?
Nothing yet. I've made my report. I've been waiting instructions.
It's 2 days now. It's incredible.
Yes, you must be patient, monsieur.
I've been patient for 48 hours. It's a long time, Duvet.
It's a question of caution. One pulls the strings of the net too soon. Some of the fish may escape.
Better than pulling the strings too late.
250, monsieur.
Thank you. When were you last in touch with Tunis?
Oh, this morning.
And you got nothing out of them?
Only a minor official, monsieur.
Well, I shall have to get through to my consul and see what he can find out.
Oh, but monsieur, that would be, well, that would be most incorrect.
Incorrect? Since when?
Monsieur! Monsieur!
Hello? I want to put a call through to Tunis, please. Is there any delay? Cafe des Amis? Redfern. Well, when will they be in order? Yes, if you will, please. Thank you.
What is it, David? Have you heard something?
Hello, Anna. No, nothing. That's the trouble. I've just been trying to phone the British consul to get him to help, but the lines are down.
That often happens. The Bedouins get the war. They make bracelets out of it.
They would. I'll write to him and get it off first thing in the morning. Are you all right, Anna?
Yes, I'm all right.
I want to ask you something.
What, David?
After all that's happened, do you still feel the same about us?
I could not live without you.
I'll go write that letter. I want this sent express, please.
Tunis, 65 francs, please.
Is the telephone line to Tunis in order yet?
Not yet, monsieur.
How much longer is it likely to be?
It's difficult to say, monsieur. It depends on the damage.
He seems quite determined to interfere. It would be unwise to delay things any longer. You'd better tell Rankl to be here at 5 o'clock this evening.
Yes, monsieur.
So the great work's nearly finished.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning. Must be a satisfying sensation.
It is.
What's that?
It's a water carrier. It may have been used as a scent pass.
They tell me you'll be through this evening.
About 6.
We must celebrate the occasion over a whiskey.
That sounds a good idea.
Shall we say 6:30 in my room?
Fine.
Right. I'll keep the inner door open.
Thank you.
Come in, Mr. Redfern.
Thanks.
You're very punctual. Sit down.
Thank you.
Water?
Just a little, please.
You'll find it's a good whiskey. It really does come from Scotland.
Good.
Cigar?
Oh, no, thank you.
Cigarette.
Yes. Thank you.
Now, what are your plans?
Well, I've finished. The crates go by road to Tunis tomorrow. I hope to follow in a few days, but I've got some business to attend to first.
In Kabata?
Yes. As a matter of fact, several times I've been on the point of coming to talk to you about it.
Oh? In what way can I help you?
Well, the immediate problem is a telephone line to Tunis. I understand you have a certain amount of influence here, and I must speak with the British consul.
If I were you, I'd stop worrying about it.
I don't quite understand. I've got mixed up into something that I can't push aside.
It was a great mistake on your part to have ever become involved.
I think we must be talking at cross purposes.
I don't think so. I know what you're talking about. Do you by any chance recognize this? Be careful. It's loaded. It's of the same type as the one you picked up at the landslide on the night when you first arrived. Sit down.
I'd rather stand, thank you.
Sit down.
I must be crazy not to have recognized you a mile off.
You're a scholar, Mr. Redfern, and rather at a disadvantage in the world of affairs. I must tell you that the organization to which you have taken so much exception is mine. That's why there's no telephone to Tunis, so far as you're concerned, and no post.
So you stopped my letter?
I had it stopped. There's a subtle difference. You've been somewhat handicapped from the very beginning. You see, this town belongs to me. You're on my territory, amongst people I own.
Let's come down to earth. We're in French territory and subject to French law.
The representative of French law is Monsieur Douvet. I own Monsieur Douvet.
I've never listened to such bombastic nonsense in all my life. You must be mad.
I assure you I'm not mad. But you've stumbled across some information which might do irreparable harm to a cause I very much believe in.
That cause being Serafis, I take it. You're selling this junk to both sides, aren't you?
It's not junk. This is a 7.65 automatic, modern, and of its kind, exceptionally accurate. I'm not going to use it, of course. I wouldn't be quite so foolish. You were going to the boar hunt tomorrow, I believe.
I am going.
Of course you are. It's all arranged. You're going by the coast road after having spent the night here as my guest.
And what else?
On the way, your car will accidentally take a 200-foot plunge into the sea. I wouldn't try anything spectacular if I were you. I was prepared for this interview. You weren't.
Good night, Anna.
Good night.
quiet in here tonight, isn't it? Perhaps it's because the Englishman isn't here. Feeling lonely?
I'll be back in a minute. Anna, what's the matter? What is it, Anna? Has Rankl been annoying you?
Oh, Anya, where is David? Where is he? He said he'd be back at 6, and now it's past 11.
Don't cry, Anna. There's nothing to cry about.
Anya, things are going on that you don't know about. Terrible things, and I can't tell you. But where is he? Is he still at Benegro, or where? I can't bear it another minute.
Shh, Anna. Shh. You mustn't be so upset. Listen, I'll telephone Ben Negro, shall I? And find out what's happening. Yes, of course. Naturally, she would be worried. I should have telephoned earlier. Mr. Redfern is here. We've been celebrating the end of his work, and I'm going to persuade him to stay the night. Tell Mademoiselle Tabour with my compliments that he'll meet her at the boar hunt farm first thing in the morning. Yes. Good night.
What did they say?
It's all right, Anna. He's there. He may stay the night. If he does, he'll meet you at the farm first thing in the morning. Now, what's been going on that I don't know about,
Max is dead.
Max?
Yes. David found his body in the sea.
It can't be true.
It's true, Anu. Rankl killed him. I am sure Rankl killed him.
Time to go. The boar hunt starts early. Too bad if you were late for it. right, get into the back. Wait here.
Nobody's quite infallible, are they? Not even Serafis. I left a knife down the side of the seat. Be quick. Make for the farm. Anna's there. Be quick.
Get back and warn Serafis!
coming with us, aren't you?
Oh, well, I have to wait for Mr. Redfern.
Well, couldn't you leave word for him?
I'd rather wait, thank you.
You ready, you two?
Oh, thank you. Dominique, come on.
Shall I wait with you?
No, of course not, Dominique.
Sure.
Yes.
See you presently then. Anna, come with us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm waiting for someone.
Oh. Oh, very well.
Anna!
David!
Anna, we've got to link up with friends. Which way do the Guillards go?
That way.
We must catch up. فين سيد الانجليزي؟ هذه الناحية مع بنت.
We've come too far.
Did you see that?
Which way did they go?
I don't know what's happened, but you're not going after them.
Which way did they go?
There's been enough, Rankl. I'm through. You're not going after them.
Now, which way?
هذه الناحية.
It's connected to the bus station at Mars.
Hello. 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 Nothing happens. Hello. Does nothing work in this blasted country?
Hello?
Is that Sue Mars?
Hello?
Sue Mars?
How do you do, Monsieur Serafis? Hello, Duval. We haven't met for a long time.
No. May I introduce Mr. Jeffries, Monsieur Serafis?
How do you do?
How do you do? Mr. Jeffries is the British consul at Tunis.
Splendid. Sit down.
Thank you.
Now, what can I do for you?
Perhaps you will explain, Duval.
Very well. There was a young Englishman here supervising the dispatch of that collection which caused us so much trouble a few years ago.
You mean David Redfern?
Yes. You met him in the course of his work, I take it.
Yes, we've become good friends.
Then I'm afraid you're going to be shocked by our errand.
Oh?
He's dead.
Dead?
Yes.
There's been an accident, then?
By the look of it. No accident. There are indications that suggest something rather more serious.
Forgive me, Duval, but this is most disturbing.
It had the same effect on us last night when we heard.
Last night?
His body was washed up yesterday morning on a beach near Bizerta. It had been in the water about a week.
A week?
Yes. He was identified by a tailor's label on the inside pocket of his jacket. His name was on it.
Obviously, gentlemen, there's been some mistake. I will now tell you something. Last evening, Mr. Redfern was sitting where you are sitting now, Duval, with a whiskey in his hand. He spent the night here and left soon after dawn this morning to go to the village boar hunt. I myself saw him go. As a matter of fact, I even lent him my guns.
Where are the crates?
Gone to Tunis. That was the arrangement, wasn't it? After you. Upstairs.
This is rather odd behavior, isn't it?
What exactly do you think you're doing?
Don't come any nearer. I don't know who you are, but I'm prepared to shoot my way out.
What's going on here?
Jeffries.
Your Englishman's gone mad.
Are you David Redfern?
I am.
I'm here to investigate the report of your death.
Congratulations on being so early.
Quite obviously, Mr. Redfern is ill. If you'll excuse me for a moment, gentlemen, I'll go and telephone for help.
Stay where you are.
I think perhaps you'd better stay here until we get a clearer understanding of the situation.
Everyone stays here. Jeffries, get that gun.
You go back to the cafe, Anna. I'll follow as soon as I can.
But David,
Please do as I say, Anna. Everything's all right now.
I think I should do as Mr. Redfern suggests.
Very well.
Shall I take that?
I'll keep it, Jeffries, if you don't mind.
Very well, keep it then. But be good enough to tell us what this is all about.
I think Serafis can explain what's happened much better than I can. And I wouldn't try anything spectacular if I were you. This time, I'm prepared.
You look like a man who needs a brandy.
You're quite right, Anya. I do.
Have it with me.
Thanks.
Oh, David.